Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. I wanted to make this video about how renting could work in Veve. I'm on the road, I'm traveling around, and it brought up a lot of really interesting thoughts and ideas for me, specifically with renting of NFTs and how this could possibly work. So I really wanted to put this video together for you, see what you think, and I also wanted to get your ideas for renting as well and how this could work in the future. Now, this hasn't been announced by Veve or anything like that, but I really do think this system has a lot of potential. And like I said, because I'm on the road, as you can tell from my background here, that I'm not in my home office and everything, I've had opportunities where I could have rented NFTs, and one specific one that I really wanted to show you, right? So anyway, if you do like my channel, please subscribe. That would be great. And you can also like this video if you do like it after, but most importantly, like I said, comment down below because I really want to know your ideas as well, right? So let's get into this, how renting could work. So here I am on the road, traveling around, doing my thing, cruising all over, and road trip and everything like that. And I recently had a need to pick up the T-Rex animated, because I went to a really amazing dinosaur museum, and it's in Alberta. It's in a place called Drumheller. You got to go if you ever get the chance. And it's all dinosaurs. It's absolutely crazy. But I did not own one of the T-Rexes, and I wanted to do the animated one in particular. And on this particular trip, I thought it'd be really cool if I was at the museum and I was doing all sorts of stuff. So I'll just show you really quick what I did. This is really quite fun. And this ties in with the whole renting thing, right? So here I am. Here's my Twitter feed right here. And you can see, like this one right here. This is what I did in the museum. You can see I took the animated T-Rex. It was super fun. And I put it up there. And people were looking. I made some really fun videos, for my family and stuff I haven't shown you as well. And then here's another one. If you go back to my profile right here, you'll see, this one right here. When I was out in front of the building with the biggest dinosaur in the world. That's the biggest dinosaur in the world, by the way. But I brought the T-Rex along, and this is the animated version, right? So you can see what I did right there. I had some fun, and I took a whole bunch of other photos with this T-Rex, right? So the only problem was, it was because I didn't actually own one. I had to go onto the Veve app and buy one, and I had to buy one temporarily because I only wanted to use it for the day. Now, some people love the T-Rex, and I think it's really great as well. But in regards to the stuff that I own and what I want to buy in Veve, I only want to buy stuff that's, has interested me for long term. And this isn't necessarily one of them, even though the ultra rare is really great. But I had to pick one up. Now, I bought this one specifically for that day. So you can see what I mean by renting, right? Like if there was an opportunity to rent one, I would have rented it for the day just to do photos, because I did photos with my family, with the T-Rex, there in the background. It added to the trip. It was really cool. And you could do this in a lot of the other formats. So like I said, I bought the rare, okay, because I couldn't afford to get to the ultra rare for the day to spend over 100 and something. So I spent 26 gems on the rare, and then I used it for the day, and then I went and put it back in the market and I sold it for about 24. So I took a hit of about 3 to 5 gems. Now, if I was able to rent this for the day, that would be the way that I could see it working. And then, maybe there's a 24-hour timer on it or something, so people could put their stuff in the market as a rentable item, and then you could use it for the day. I don't exactly know how the back end would work on this, but this is how I could see it working, this kind of thing, right? And so here I am, like I said, with that photo. I took it, and I took a lot, and it was super fun. So you could do this in the future. This is how a one format of renting could work. If you had like an animated thing in Veve, like the T-Rex or anything else, and you wanted to just do photos or whatever, renting one from someone else who owns it would be the best thing to do, because I would have rather done the ultra rare, because there's the big roar and everything, but I would have had to buy it. So this is another way that I could have done it, if you can see. So that's how it could work. Now, there are a few other ways that you could do renting and the uses for them, because I wanted to say that people have talked about renting our NFTs and Veve, like comic books, and then people being able to read them and all that kind of stuff. And I wasn't really seeing like a real reason to rent them out necessarily, like totally. But this is an exact situation where I would have liked the opportunity. So this isn't, a Veve. This isn't a video for Veve. These are just my ideas about it, about how it could work. So like I said, down here we got AR photo ops. So augmented reality photo ops or video ops, AR videos, right? But there there are a couple other things too that I thought, and I was thinking in particularly like art. Okay, so now renting art would be really fantastic. So you know how we started to see some of these digital frames that you can put your NFTs in on your wall. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if, some of the really great art that we had, in Veve that is like, going to be quite valuable or could be valuable in the future that you may not be able to buy, but if you could rent it off someone for a day and or maybe even a week and have it displayed, and then they would get a certain amount of gems for that. And after a certain amount of time, the timer would run out, and then you could switch it up, right? And this is how I could see that going for renting as well. And then like I have Disney utility down here as a last one. Now there are lots of other ideas, and I want to hear some more of yours. But think about this, like just like I took the dinosaur, the T-Rex, into Drumheller, which is here in Alberta, and I was doing a lot of dinosaur stuff for the short term. If, for example, you wanted to go to Disney and you wanted to do the same thing with the golden moments, you could walk around, take pictures with them, or Steamboat Willie, or any of that stuff. Like these are tourist attractions that I would, if I was going to Disneyland, and I would literally have to right now buy a Disney NFT if I wanted to do those photos, and I would totally do them. And so, I would rather rent, of course, because then I had to sell it back in the market after, because I wasn't going to use it after I was at that location, and I wasn't interested in necessarily collecting it. I mean, no offense to any of these items, but you know what I mean? And if there's utility on a Disney item like a partner statue, well, some people may be able to access some of that utility if they rent an item for the day. So this is how I could actually see renting working for NFTs, because previously I was having difficulty thinking about it when people were talking about, oh, you could like rent out your comic book and people could read it or whatever. And I don't really see myself doing anything like that, because you can read a lot of these comic books in the real world in a lot of different formats. But these types of things are the way that I see it. So I really want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments section below. Have fun with your NFTs. If you do end up going out to a tourist attraction, you can always pick up like a Mickey, maybe the band leader Mickey or whatever for pretty cheap, and you can have some fun at Disneyland, or you could do the dinosaurs, or you could do Spider-Man at like certain other places, but then you just have to sell it back in the market if you don't want to. So I factor in the buying and the selling of these items as the renting fee in the middle. That's what I did. So I took my dinosaur there, and like I said, I rented it for I bought it actually, for the 26 gems, sold it for 24. So it sold pretty fast. And then, like it was about a 3 to 5 or so, around about 5 gems it cost me to use it for the day. So that's sort of like a rentable item without renting. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. I'll see you in the next one. Happy collecting.